in the year 2000. Life changes everything. Hey folks, this week's theme is where did we see ourselves being now as of 10 years ago? 10 years ago, it was the year 2000. I was entering my senior year of college, and basically I was an English major, and I had a concentration in creative writing. Up until college, I had mostly written fiction and poetry and music. For whatever reason, took a real shining to playwriting. The first play I ever wrote was actually my senior thesis, and I got an A on it, and it was super awesome, and I was pretty encouraged by the whole process. So really, I was very focused on writing and academics, and as I entered my senior year, I had all these goals to sort of go to grad school and write for a living. You know, right in the middle of the year 2000, I was really focused on school and other stuff and not so much relationships. If you asked me at the time where I thought I would be in the context of relationships 10 years from then, I probably would have guessed that by the age of 31 I would be married. But I always had this long-standing belief that I wouldn't have children until I was 35. So I think more or less right now, my reality is fairly consistent with my expectations at the time. I graduated college, I temped for a few years, and it was pretty miserable. And I pretty much got to this point where I had to do something. So I started working on another play. One of my goals was to sort of synthesize my film influences, like Wes Anderson and the Coen brothers, and write a play that was sort of like in the same vein as those films. The end result was a play called Jillian and Chaz, and it was the centerpiece of all my applications to various playwriting programs. Long story short, I was rejected by everyone. So I was pretty bummed out, but I guess I accepted it, and I realized that maybe that wasn't where I belonged, and decided that I really needed to find a real job. I was at a cafe with a couple friends one morning, and this guy that my friend Maria knew walked in, just started chatting with her, and it turned out he owns a business. He mentioned to her that he needed to find a writer. And of course I piped up and I was like, I'm a writer. And I talked with him for a couple minutes, and he told me what he was looking for. He ran a biological consulting firm, and he was looking for a technical writer. And we set up an interview, and I had plans to interview with him on a certain Friday. I went in for the interview, and it was awesome. I totally nailed it. And he basically told me as I left that I had the job, but he wanted me to go home for the weekend and think it over and decide if it was something that I really wanted to do. I got home from the interview and I was feeling pretty psyched. And I checked my voicemail, and I had received a call from Ohio University, one of my top choices. It was the director of the playwriting program, and basically he said that I had been on the cusp of acceptance and somebody dropped out and I was next in line. He told me to call him back and let him know if I was still interested in going to Ohio University for grad school. I was so excited by this. I'm going to reenact my phone call for you so you can decide for yourself if you would accept somebody like this.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm so excited about your school. Oh my god, I just got your voicemail and I called back and I got your voicemail, so I'm leaving you a message and I'm so excited. I really want to go to Ohio University. I'm so excited that you called me. Oh my god, I'm really, really psyched. Oh, just give me a call back and let me know if there's anything I can do to get into your school. I'll totally do that. Yeah, this is so great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Needless to say, he never called me back. So I ended up accepting the technical writing job. I've always thought of life as sort of a choose-your-own-adventure novel, in the sense that you are given a couple choices and they can just drastically change your life depending on what you choose. If I had not totally botched the callback to the director at Ohio University, I probably would never have started a wizard rock band. And it's possible that my only connection to this whole crazy community of wizard rockers and YouTubers and etc. would be that I might have ended up being like a teaching assistant in one of Haley Hoover's classes. I certainly wouldn't be planning a wedding with Lauren if I had never met her. So as much as I'm sure I would have been happy going to grad school there and launching a career in playwriting and whatever, I'm really happy that I botched that phone call. And that brings us to present day. Perhaps next week I will be talking wedding planning, but for now, Steph and Monica, I will see you tomorrow.